Why, hello, students. What did we learn this week? Here's a slight review. We were studying the eye and how the eyes see color. We learned about how the light comes in through the eyes, specifically through the pupils, and how the cones and rods interpret that light to see color. We also learned a little bit about color blindness. And don't worry if you're colorblind, it's pretty common actually. We learned that cartoonists and animators love yellow. And boy, do they. Almost every cartoon has some sort of major character that is yellow. But not every main character is actually yellow. Bugs Bunny, for example, or Peppa Pig are excellent examples of characters who are very famous who are not yellow. Some of the more popular characters you guys brought up this week were SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs. A lot of you brought up SpongeBob as an example of being yellow and Mr. Krabs as being not yellow. In fact, he's red. And I started thinking about it. I looked at them side by side and I thought, wow, it's kind of funny that they have the same color scheme almost as McDonald's. And because of you guys, I ran this experiment that I learned something too. So thank you. We were able to take red and green and make yellow. Who knew? But you see, in the spectrum of light, how color acts is different than in the physical world. And this experiment showed how yellow is made in light. Now in the physical world, you can't make yellow. We learned that there are color tests that can determine whether or not you're colorblind. I'm not an eye doctor, right? But people can see things between dots like they read numbers or letters. But again, let me stress this enough. I'm not an eye doctor. No home test that you're going to take online is going to tell you whether or not you're colorblind. Either you kind of know or you go to an actual eye doctor and have it tested. So let's gallop on from here. We also learned that dogs are deuteranopes, which means they're colorblind, but they use their noses to help them see. And we have that really cool video that you can watch if you just go through the comment section. And we also learned that bulls are colorblind. And this is why the comment section is so important. I'm learning things too. For example, one of my favorite creatures ever are octopus. What they can do is almost magical. They're like aliens or something. But what's crazier is I learned this week is they're completely colorblind. And scientists believe that they're able to sense the colors in their environment through using other organs in their eyes. I pretty much think that is one of the wildest things I've ever learned in the last week or two. Shh! Don't wake up this octopus. He's sleeping. He's changing colors in his sleep. That's wild. I wonder what he's dreaming about. Can you imagine if people could do that? Hello there, fishy. I'm Bruce. I understand the guy who created me, Peter DeSive, is 100% colorblind. Oh, look at that kitty cat. When the pupils are that large, we could say that they're dilated. That means they're huge and they're allowing all this light in. They also emotionally give the information that this cat is in love with you or whatever that you have in your hand. We also learned that the colors coming off of your TV screen are actually in RGB. They are the colors of light. People were asking what scientist helped discover this, and this would be Isaac Newton. He took a prism and he let light go through the prism in one way, the white light, and it came out as a rainbow on the other side. Cool things about white light is that if you combine all the different colors of light, you get actually a white, which is wild, I think, because in the physical world, the combination of all colors is black. But in the world of light, it's white. But the absence of all color and light is black. But in the physical world, it's white. And we also learned the importance of complementary colors. I think Tom Brady just learned the importance right there. Complementary colors grab your attention or grab your eyes. They just didn't grab Brady's right there. And speaking of seeing things, maybe that football should have been in complementary colors. We learned that colors are information. They're like inflection in voice. For example, if you take the same word, let's take the word happy, right? And if you say it a bunch of different ways, its meaning changes. And that's why color is so important. For example, I can color my word happy to sound very upbeat and happy. Here we go. Happy! But it sounds very different than like, I am so happy right now. Or, oh, sure, I'm happy. Or, I'm happy. You want to be happy? I'll show you happy, right? A lot of different ways to see the same information, and color is how we see it. It's that inflection. I'm Farrell, and this has been a Braden River High School art production.